The secret soil recipe from the Amazon that still feeds microbes after 2,000 years. Most gardeners dream of a soil so fertile that it never wears out. A soil that continues to grow crops year after year without bags of fertilizer or constant amendments. Believe it or not, such soil exists, and it was first created more than 2,000 years ago deep in the Amazon rainforest. Today it is known as Amazonian black earth or simply terra preta, and what makes it so extraordinary is not just its richness, but the way it continues to feed soil microbes centuries after it was made. For anyone serious about growing healthier plants while regenerating their soil, this is honestly one of the most valuable lessons history has to offer. The problem with tropical soils is pretty surprising. The Amazon rainforest might look lush and overflowing with life, but its natural soils are actually quite poor. They are acidic, sandy, and quickly lose nutrients after just a season or two of farming. This is why slash and burn practices often left land barren within a few years. Yet, scattered across the basin, scientists began finding pockets of dark, rich, crumbly soil that could grow crops endlessly without losing fertility. This soil was not natural, it was created intentionally by ancient people who learned how to turn waste into an agricultural treasure that still thrives to this day. So, what makes black earth so different? Terra preta is nothing like the weak, leached soils around it. Instead, it is packed with stable organic matter, rich in minerals, and teeming with microbial life. It has a dark, almost black color, because it is filled with carbon in the form of charcoal, which acts like a sponge for water and nutrients. What is most astonishing is its durability. Even after thousands of years, these soils remain fertile, proof that the ancient farmers who made them had discovered a way to build permanent humus that continuously supports soil microbes and plant growth. How did ancient gardeners build supersoil? Well, researchers pieced together the recipe, and while it looks simple, it's honestly brilliantly effective. The foundation is charcoal, sometimes called biochar today. Unlike ash, which disappears quickly, charcoal has a porous structure that holds onto nutrients and gives microbes thousands of tiny homes to live in. Into this, ancient Amazonians mixed organic waste like food scraps, animal manure, and crop residues. Broken pottery shards were often tossed in as well, and surprisingly, they played a role by improving soil aeration and creating more surfaces for microbes. Fish bones and ash added minerals like phosphorus and calcium. Together, these ingredients created a soil that not only held fertility but multiplied it through microbial activity. To replicate this at home, you can mix crushed charcoal into your compost pile at a ratio of 1 part charcoal to 4 parts organic material. As the compost breaks down, microbes colonize the pores of the charcoal, creating what is essentially living carbon. Once finished, this blend can be worked into garden beds. If you prefer a liquid application, you can make a microbial biochar tea by mixing 1 kilogram of finely ground charcoal into 10 liters of water, adding 2 liters of mature compost, and letting it steep for a week while stirring daily. Dilute this solution further with an equal amount of water before applying directly to soil around crops. This ensures that the charcoal is inoculated with life before it ever touches your garden. So, why are microbes the real secret, you might ask? Well, the charcoal and organic matter are definitely important, but the real magic, it truly lies in the microbes. You see, every handful of terra preta contains a thriving community of bacteria, fungi, and other soil organisms. The charcoal's pores, they protect these little guys from predators, while the organic matter provides them with a steady food supply. These microbes, they break down waste, release nutrients, and form partnerships with plant roots, especially through mycorrhizal fungi. This creates a continuous nutrient cycle that doesn't wash away with the rain, which is pretty amazing. And believe it or not, some studies even suggest that microbes in terra preta actually help the soil expand over time, slowly converting surrounding poor soils into fertile ground. It's like a living system designed for endurance. Quite fascinating, isn't it? Lessons we can use in our gardens. So, what can today's gardener take from all this? First, fertility doesn't need to come from bags of synthetic fertilizer that wear out the soil. Long-lasting fertility comes from feeding microbes, not just plants. Second, charcoal, when used correctly, acts as a permanent structure in soil. Unlike compost alone, which eventually decomposes, biochar remains for centuries, continually housing microbial life. By combining biochar with compost or manure, you are essentially creating modern terra preta, a soil that grows richer with time instead of poorer. Third, the approach is incredibly practical. Nothing in the original recipe was wasted. Food scraps, crop residues, and even broken pottery were recycled into soil. For us, that means rethinking waste as soil building material. Instead of throwing away garden trimmings or kitchen scraps, we can turn them into microbial fuel. Modern echoes of ancient wisdom. Across the world, farmers and scientists are now experimenting with biochar to restore degraded soils, reduce fertilizer use, and even lock carbon in the ground as a climate solution. What excites many is that the principle works just as well in small backyard gardens as it does on large farms. By mimicking terra preta, gardeners can create their own super soil that doesn't just feed plants, but builds long-term fertility. It's the ultimate example of regenerative agriculture where soil becomes healthier with each season instead of depleting. A gardener's call to action. The story of terra preta is more than a fascinating piece of history. It is a reminder that soil health is not just about what we add today, but about what we build for tomorrow. Ancient gardeners in the Amazon found a way to partner with microbes, lock fertility into the ground, and leave behind a legacy that still feeds life 2 millennia later. If they could do it with broken pots, food scraps, and charcoal, we can certainly do it with the tools and knowledge we have now. For your own garden, start small. Add biochar to your compost, brew a biochar tea, or simply mix it into your soil along with organic matter. Over time, you'll notice improved plant growth, better water retention, and soil that becomes easier to work with each year. Most importantly, you'll be creating a microbial haven, a living soil that doesn't just survive but thrives across generations. Final thought. The black earth of the Amazon teaches us the most valuable lesson in gardening, that the real key to fertility lies not in feeding crops directly, but in building a home for the microbes that do the work for us. That is how soil remains alive and abundant, not for one season, not for 10, but for thousands of years.